Today we're going to be solving more equations. These equations may require you to use one of the properties that we know, either distributive, commutative, associative, or sometimes the multiplicative inverse. So let's take a look and see what these look like here. We're going to take a look at -2 equals 3 times m minus 10. So as you can see, this equation has parentheses and a number on the outsides, which tells me I need to use the distributive property first. So I'm going to distribute first. And when I do that, I'll write -2. Then I'll do 3 times m to give me 3m, and 3 times -10 gives me -30. Now I'm ready to use my do-undo table. So I need to locate my variable, which is m, and I can see that m is being multiplied by 3 and then it's subtracting 30. So I'll write multiply by 3 first, and then it's also subtracting 30. So to undo that, I need to add 30 and then divide by 3. So I'll go ahead and do that. And remember, you're moving back up your undo list. So I'll add 30 to both sides. -30 and +30 cancel according to the additive inverse property. I'm left with 3m, and -2 plus 30 is 28. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide. And I need to divide by 3. My 3's cancel. And 28 divided by 3 is going to give me 9.3 repeating. So I could write it as an improper fraction and leave it 28 over 3 if I wanted. But it's also equal to 9.3 repeating, which is 9 1/3. Now the next problem is going to be using the commutative or associative properties. So as you can see, this problem has parentheses. However, there's no number right outside of the parentheses showing multiplication. So, and you're also going to notice that there's a 3x out here and a 5x over inside the parentheses. And what I want to do is I want to put together, group my like terms, my 3x and my 5x. So I'm going to use the commutative property. So with that being said, if I box up 3x plus 5x, my equation is going to now look like this. I'll go ahead and add 3x and 5x, which gives me 8x plus 12 equals 36. Now I can go ahead and use my do-undo. So in the problem, I'm looking for x, and x is being multiplied by 8, and 12 is being added to that. So I need to subtract 12 and then divide by 8. So in subtracting 12, I get 8x equals 36 minus 12 is 24. And then I'll divide by 8. So x equals 3. Now in the last set of problems, what you're going to see are some variables that are in fractions. So if you take a look, you'll see r plus 8 all over negative 3 equals negative 2. So what I want to do first is I want to use the multiplicative inverse property. In other words, if I see negative 3 at the bottom, I want to multiply by negative 3 on both sides. Because what that really means is negative 3 is actually 1/3. It's in the denominator, so I want to multiply by its reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply or use the multiplicative first, that reciprocal. So I'm going to use my do, undo after I have canceled my negative 3's to give me r plus 8, and negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. And now my do undo is going to be pretty easy because there's only one thing happening to my variable, and it's adding 8. So to undo that, I subtract 8. So r equals 6 minus 8 is negative 2.